Hello, welcome to the Cut Above podcast, where average isn't accepted and standards aren't negotiable. No shortcuts, no excuses, just real training, real coaching, and real progress. I'm your host, Cody Maynard, Director of Human Performance for a private security company, owner and operator of Have a Day Fitness, independent personal training company, and a Show Up Fitness instructor. I specialize in helping people move better, get stronger, perform at a higher level that is all pain-free through structured training and accountability. This is episode 1, and I am here to talk to you guys today about why your training isn't working. Most people's training is failing them, and it's not that they are failing themselves. The people themselves aren't failing. Their approach is random and broken. So today I got 3 main points that I want to talk to you about, and inside of each point we're going to break down, kind of talk through it. So random and broken, that can come from a random workout program, a random schedule, a fly by the seat of your pants, non-structured training. So random workouts for structured training, what does that look like? So on the unstructured slash random side of things, you're looking at like the newest, flashiest thing that you see on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, something that's clickbait that has drawn you in and you want to try it. And whether you stick with it or you don't, it's week over week, day by day, you're finding something new. Oh, wow, this looks great, or oh, this is gonna be the ticket. Different movements each and every week, every session, just because there's really no structure to your program or your plan. And we're just strictly talking about training right here. This isn't going off on even nutrition. It's a whole different podcast. It's a whole different conversation for unstructured nutrition and where that plays a factor in. So there's, when you're doing new and different movements every session, there's no consistency week to week. There's zero regard for progress. You can't progress the movements, if you only do it one time every 2 or 3 weeks because, oh, I didn't come back and do that the same way, the same execution, same setup. So there's, you're not giving enough time for the progression to happen, whether it's, technique, load, reps, volume in general. You don't give that enough time for your body to acclimate to a movement, a setup, a weight, a rep range, and be able to progress through that. That takes time, and you can't just allow the new, because once the new wears off and then you're doing the same movement over and over and over and over again, that's when progression and progress becomes the driver, which is something that I'm going to hit on in the next point here, which is intensity versus progression. To intensity versus progress or progression. So there's 3 key components to this, and it's VFI, volume, frequency, and intensity. And in my opinion, intensity should be the constant variable from session to session, week to week, throughout the entirety of the training program. A high level of intensity that is the standard. If you hold that standard, then you allow volume and frequency to fluctuate based on, external factors, the phase of the program, you know, a multitude of different things. It can be, I didn't sleep good last night, so I know I'm not going to, push a new PR load. However, you can still take that, I call that devolume or that deload, not in the sense of like a full week or 3, 4, 5 day deload, just that daily deload of volume or of load, but still do it at a high level of intensity, and you're still going to, achieve the stimulus that you're looking for. You're going to still be driving some bit of progress forward. It may not be, I beat the logbook today because of A, B, and C, but you're still allowing yourself to move forward because you have kept one variable at least constant. And then you can make up that volume or frequency down the road in another session later that week if you have split sessions, however it may be. When the structured programming allows for that, because when execution is nailed down, intensity is a standard that is held high, that is when progression is allowed and will happen over time, which leads me perfectly right into my next point, time. And particularly why motivation is irrelevant for the long-term success or long-term progression of say your fitness journey or a program even in itself, right? So we've all heard the phase, motivation is fleeting, which, and again, I mean, I don't disagree with that. Yes, it is, but I do believe that the phrase could continue to say something along the lines of like, motivation is fleeting, but when progress is the goal, consistency and discipline will far and away outrun motivation. I'm going to say that again. Motivation is fleeting, but when progress is the goal, consistency and discipline will far and away outrun motivation. What I'm getting at here is that you're not always going to be motivated to go train. There's going to be early mornings, late nights, work happens, your kids are sick, your wife is sick, you get a work function gets thrown on you. The gym itself is more busy that day. Like, not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows every single day. So that's when motivation is your driving force, something knocks you down a peg, it's going to go quick. It is going to go quick, and I promise you that. I have seen it, and I've dealt with it myself. Now, on the flip side of that, when progress and progression is your goal, that's when you consistently just strive for that progress. Whether it's a weight loss goal progress, it's a weight on the bar progress, it's a duration progress if you're doing some sort of cardio endeavor. The discipline that you can create and just foster from extreme consistency. And now I'm not saying extreme consistency in the terms of like you have to be militant about it, especially if you're just starting out. You always see the guys that, they do this exercise, this exercise, this exercise every day, every time, every week. It's the same, it's the same, it's the same. And then ultimately, over time, you're going to see them start to progress. They're going to start to get stronger. They're going to start to feel better, and things aren't going to aren't going to be hurting as bad. And then from there, you can, in my opinion, complete and utter, create and foster discipline. Because those two things, consistency and discipline, are going to allow you to take it a lot further for a lot longer, because it is hard to do something over and over and over again for a long period of time, especially when the results aren't instant and it doesn't seem like it's paying off. It can be kind of a slap in the face or a kick in the pants, because you're like, man, I have been at this for 3 months and I have barely lost any weight. The scale isn't going down. But I like to challenge that by asking, how are you feeling? How are your clothes fitting? Are you, does your shoulder hurt still? Does your low back, is it still tight like it was when we first started together or you started working out? You know, are you feeling like you're hungry more? Are you eating more? If the answer to all of that is like, I feel better, the clothes are fitting better in a way that I enjoy, like my waist is smaller, but like my legs are full, my shoulders are starting to round out, like I'm not in pain, and I am wanting to eat more. I'm actually hungry. Those are all great things. That's progress. That is like, that's the best progress that I could, prescribe or give to anybody. Far and away better than any sort of, "Oh, I lost 10 pounds. Yes." If you wanted to just lose 10 pounds, I could either strap you to a treadmill and you say you don't get off until you lose 10 pounds, or we, this is the more morbid way, but we come in and we, have a doctor take your limb off, right? Take your leg off. You lose 10 pounds. There you go. That's not the 10 pounds we want to lose. We want to do it in the way that is A, sustainable, and B, it's going to derive the better result that you're looking for. A more muscular, a less fat, and a well-shaped physique is going to present itself better. It's going to make you feel better. And ultimately, down the road, that is what you are striving for. I want to lose 10 pounds doesn't mean anything. We could stay the exact same weight, but your legs are bigger, your waist is down, your back is broader, you're stronger, you're not in pain, and you're constantly and consistently doing something that you now enjoy. That is what it is all about to me. So when you're relying on motivation and random influencer, Instagram, TikTok workouts, all you'll get is random and inconsistent results at best, if any at all. Following a structured plan, holding the execution of that plan at a high standard, and allowing for the long-term progress to be the driver of moving forward, as opposed to that instant gratification, that quick hit of, I did this something new, it's going to be the thing, or, ooh, I did an hour of cardio today, I better lose weight tomorrow. Wrong way to look at it. Consistent, over time, muscle built, fat down, play, push and pull all of the levers, the VFI, the nutrition, which we haven't hit on at all today. We will. This is what leads to that long-term result that you're after in the first place. So with that, thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think about the topic today, about this first episode. If there's anything in particular that you would like to hear me talk about, please let me know, and I'd love to cover it. If you're interested in working with me, there will be a link in the description, or shoot me an email, haveadayfitness@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Hold the standard. Be a cut above. Have a day.